Who in their right mind would trash talk Kobe Bryant? Sounds crazy, right? Well, in November of 2002, just after Kobe Bryant had completed his historic three-peat with the Lakers, he and his squad faced off against Michael Jordan. But this wasn't the iconic Chicago Bulls MJ who dominated the 90s. This was Washington Wizards MJ, a 39-year-old living legend on a team that had fallen short of the playoffs the year before. Still, for this highly anticipated showdown, Jordan showed flashes of his old brilliance, edging out Kobe in the much-hyped shooting guard duel.
Jordan spins, fadeaway guard. Wow!
I see Michael's taking the challenge. He's taking it right at Kobe Bryant. Kobe tried to body Michael up that time. Michael doing a great job of lowering that shoulder and creating separation.
After the game, MJ couldn't resist poking at the young star wearing his Air Jordans by saying, "You can wear the shoes, but you'll never fill them."
Jordan won, and then at the end of the game, I guess Kobe was wearing some Jordan 8s. And, Jordan smacked him on the butt and said, "You can wear the shoes, but you'll never fill them."
Yeah.
And then what happened next?
Okay.
This was the spark that lit the inferno. You see, those words struck a nerve and ignited something deep within Kobe. Over the next 3 games, Kobe erupted with 2 40-point performances. The Black Mamba carried himself with a different aura after that loss to Jordan, and players around the league could sense it.
So for like 2 weeks, they said Kobe was just mute. Like he didn't talk to his players, didn't talk to his teammates. He said he was in like focus mode. Like it was straight, like practice was just so intense.
There was no chance these two teams would meet in the playoffs, but fortunately, they had another regular season showdown on the schedule. On March 28, 2003, the Lakers and Wizards were set to face off once again. Kobe had probably been obsessing over this rematch for months, but Michael? While he was surely aware of the challenge ahead, he likely had no idea just how consumed Kobe was by this moment. Because on that night, Kobe Bryant officially took the torch from him. It was a passing of the guard, a defining moment where Kobe showed the world and his idol that there was a new sheriff in town.
Kobe guarded by Lou. Kobe's long jumper. Oh, no! He is burning down the house!
On the final day of March in 2003, it wasn't just another TGIF. It was a night that basketball fans had circled on their calendars. The weather was classic Los Angeles. Clear skies, mild temperatures, and nothing standing in the way of the 18,997 fans flocking to the Staples Center. The stage wasn't just set, it was primed for a historic clash of generations. On one side, the undisputed greatest of all time, Michael Jordan. On the other, Kobe Bryant, the young phenomenon determined to prove he was ready to inherit the throne. The game began with Michael Jordan making it clear he wasn't ready to give up his crown just yet. Shot after shot, he channeled the Chicago version of MJ. Unstoppable, confident, and sharp.
Jordan, one-on-one against Fisher. Fade away by MJ. How do you like that?
Watching him move, you'd never guess he was nearing 40. Maybe it was the matchup against Kobe that ignited the fire, but he looked like a man defying time.
MJ around Fox, fadeaway jumper, unbelievable!
Kobe, on the other hand, had a slower start. Players were scoring over him, stripping the ball from him, and making him look uncharacteristically off his game. But if there was one thing everyone in the arena knew, it was that Kobe wouldn't stay quiet for long. And sure enough, he didn't. With his teammates struggling to find the basket and making careless mistakes, and MJ putting on a show like he owned the Staples Center, Kobe knew it was time to take over. He flipped the switch suddenly, unleashing full Black Mamba mode, and put the entire Wizards organization on notice as he methodically and surgically erased their lead like it was just another day at the office.
Kobe wants to go. He pulls up.
By the end of the first quarter, the Wizards held on to a slim 28-27 lead, with Michael leading the way with 13 points. Meanwhile, on the other side, Kobe had already poured in 19 points, and it was clear he was just getting warmed up. If you've ever wondered just how good prime Kobe Bryant was, this second quarter was the perfect example, because Kobe came out on fire. Bucket after bucket, he couldn't be stopped.
And he's got 5 of them here already tonight, making 6.
Nobody had an answer for him, and Kobe knew it. Meanwhile, MJ was still doing his thing. For a guy pushing 40, he was impressive. Still MJ, still a legend. But even with his greatness, it was obvious that this night belonged to Kobe. It was his time now.
Guarded by Lou. Kobe's long jumper. Oh, no!
You know how sometimes NBA games feel like they're not worth the price of admission? Well, this wasn't one of those nights. Everyone in that arena, from Ed Norton and Steven Spielberg to Ben Stiller, Danny DeVito, Jack Nicholson, John Cusack, and every other fan got more than their money's worth that night. This was the kind of game that, if you saw it live, you'd be talking about it decades later, telling your kids, your grandkids, anyone who'd listen. It was that kind of game. I mean, Kobe wasn't just dominating, he was destroying.
Is he going to pull up from 30?
Oh, come on!
In the second quarter, Kobe outscored the entire Wizards team alone as he put up 23 points in that 12-minute frame while the Wizards could only manage 20. Absolute insanity. At halftime, you have to wonder what thoughts were racing through Michael's mind. I mean, throughout his GOAT career, the most points anyone had ever scored on him in a single game was Dominic Wilkins' 57-point explosion back in 1986. Yet, here was Kobe Bryant already dropping 42 points in just one half. 3 weeks later, Michael officially retired for the final time. You can't help but think, did Kobe's jaw-dropping first-half performance make Michael realize it was truly time to step aside and let the next generation of superstars take center stage? To start the third quarter, it was obvious Michael had one clear message for his team. Don't let Kobe go off for another 20-point quarter. Every time number 8 got the ball, he was met with a double team, sometimes even a triple team. The defense was locked in on him. But Kobe, he wasn't fazed one bit. He'd seen this 1,000 times already. Calm and composed, he found the open man and kept the offense moving.
Alley-oop coming, and there.
Kobe didn't drop another 20-point quarter in this third frame, but he was doing everything else to keep his team in control. Grabbing rebounds, setting up assists, getting steals. He was making an impact everywhere on the court. And before you knew it, the Lakers' lead had ballooned to 20 points. The game was pretty much over at that point, a blowout. But for the fans in the arena, there was one unforgettable moment in that third quarter that transcended the game. A moment that felt like the official passing of the torch. It happened when Kobe drove hard down the right lane, only to have MJ step in and cut him off. They collided, and MJ ended up on the floor.
Watch this. Boy, Jordan steps out and takes that lane away immediately.
According to John Cusack, who was sitting courtside, Michael said to Kobe at that moment, "Well, everybody in the f***ing building knew you weren't going to pass." Tyronn Lue hurried over to help MJ up, But Kobe wasn't about to let that happen. Standing over his idol, he personally helped him to his feet, a gesture filled with respect.
Kobe over top of Michael. Awful lot of respect for Kobe. Kobe talks about growing up and watching everything that Jordan has done.
It was a powerful, symbolic moment between two of the greatest to ever play the game. A bigger than basketball moment that fans would remember forever. Reflecting on the moment, John Cusack said, "So you really felt the passing of the torch, one great to another. You felt it was a moment in sports. It was really amazing to be there." As they walked away, you could see the mutual admiration between them. Even as they separated, they couldn't stop smiling. A silent acknowledgement of what they meant to each other and to the game. Moments like that don't happen often, and this one will live on in history. You see Kobe here, acting like he was swatting away a fly? That perfectly captured the fourth quarter of this iconic showdown between the student and the master. The game was already decided, and the remaining minutes were nothing more than a formality to complete the full 48. But Kobe, being Kobe, wasn't letting up. He kept putting on a show, dazzling the crowd with just how deep his bag of tricks went. Sure, the Wizards managed a small run in the quarter, cutting the lead to 11 at one point, but as soon as that happened, the Lakers slammed the door shut, putting the final exclamation mark on the game.
After it, but the Lakers save it. Alley-oop.
Not long after, Wizards head coach Doug Collins, who had coached Michael in Chicago from 1986 to 1989, back when MJ was on his way to becoming an MVP, subbed him out. The Staples Center erupted in cheers, knowing this would be the last time Michael Jordan would walk off that court as an NBA player. It was obvious everyone loved Michael.
Jordan 10 of 20 tonight, 3 of 4 from the line, 23 points. Everybody standing for Michael Jordan.
From that moment on, the crowd turned their attention to Kobe, cheering for him to shoot on every Lakers possession.
Kobe, the fans want him to shoot. Ball knocked into the air, gets it back.
Before long, Kobe left the game too, waving to the fans as he walked off with the win.
But that man right there took the game into his own hands and went on a shooting spree that I've never seen before.
Everyone in the arena left feeling like they'd witnessed something worth far more than the price of admission that night. All 18,997 fans understood this was more than just a win, that it marked the end of one of basketball's greatest eras and the dawn of a new one. Kobe understood it too. For him, this was much more than just a game. It was his heartfelt tribute to Michael, a way of saying thank you for everything, and don't worry, the league is in good hands.